poison of putting others first, it will totally rebel. And it will go overboard. So, but this whole thing about self-love and self-compassion, I've never really read all these books because I don't think, to be honest, I don't think I need it, because I think I've practiced long enough, 30 years, to be able to see my mistakes I'm making and to say, yeah, okay, I made a mistake. And also to be amongst the Tibetans for almost 20 years, where I see it is possible to live without that guilt. And if you, I don't know how many of you have lived amongst the Tibetans, it's very upsetting at the beginning. They make a mistake, they're not sorry, they don't feel ashamed, they're not making a big story out of it. So, then the Westerner comes and thinks, hey, you don't even care making mistakes. They break a cup. Well, yeah, the cup is broken. They said, hey, but you broke the cup. He said, yeah, so the cup is broken. It's in its nature to break if you let it, if you drop it. So for us, because we function in a totally different way, it can be kind of confusing, and then our arrogance comes up, of my arrogance of being humble and feeling sorry and feeling guilty and doubling over when I break a cup, and then they go like, it's just a cup. What are you making? And I think it's our arrogance that comes out of, I'm not making mistakes. So you see, with this whole thing about, I need to be the one who doesn't make any mistakes in order to feel happy about myself. That comes up when we're so sorry and so guilty and feel so bad about having done something. Yeah? It kind of again feeds into the ego, like I'm not making mistakes usually. That's why now I'm so sorry, and we wallow in that thing, isn't it? And we enjoy it on top of it somehow in a perverse way. Yeah. We're very, sometimes people say Buddhism is contradicting. How do you say? So, why? Because we ourselves were totally full of contradictions. I mean, just look at the world. What always amazes me is the cars. I don't know how it is here, but in Switzerland, the speed limits, it gets less. If I look at the cars become more powerful and more powerful and more powerful. When are you ever going to use that power of that car? You're not allowed to. So why make cars that can go at 200 kilometers an hour? What's the point? Yeah? Do you see what I mean? And they become bigger and bigger and bigger. People in Switzerland, they live in town. They have these SUVs. For what? Well, in the winter when it snows. Yeah, sure. When it snows in the winter, I tell you, at 4 o'clock in the morning, the guys to clean the roads, they get up and come and clean the roads. So first the snow gets cleared away, then the salt coming out behind, and then the road is wet when you go to work. So, yeah. So this is why, we ourselves are full of contradictions. I don't know if anybody has noticed that. That it's sometimes very difficult to work with the Tibetans because we function totally differently. Yeah. So I'm not saying having absolutely no shame and no guilt is good, and that having guilt and shame is not good. I'm not saying that. What I'm just saying is that everything can be exaggerated. This is what I'm saying. But then again, who can find out or who knows in what state you are is only yourself. And this is where this self-reflection comes in. Just to sit and ask yourself, how am I? And just to be able to see it and to watch it and, so I'm not well. It's okay to ask why, what's going on. The same way you would ask a good friend. Yeah? And then, when you have the thought of compassion, I don't know if you felt it, it hurts a bit because there's sadness and there's also the understanding that being depressed and all this, that it's not satisfactory. So that's where the pain and where the hurt comes from, because it's not our nature. So then you would also a good friend, you would ask, or you would want to do something for that friend. And then, why it hurts also is because we have these mirror neurons where we know how it feels when one is not well. And then we have very good advice for the friend, isn't it? And we never apply it to ourselves. Because when we see a friend who is suffering, we have the right distance to the situation. And we can give this very good advice of saying, what do we usually say? Huh? Yeah, it's so universal. The first thing we say to somebody who is having problems, don't worry. And it's so true. Because worry does not make the thing go away. And we can say this with a very compassionate and very wise mind, because it's not my problem. But if it's my problem, we start to worry and to worry and to worry. And the worry actually takes away the wisdom that we have and blocks us again. But it seems as if we're doing something when we just worry about it. Because we want to do something. The mind by itself wants to do something. The mind is somehow self-cleaning or self-healing if we allow it to go into the wisdom space and not into the selfishness space. The selfishness space is we just worry and worry and worry and worry, and it looks like, look, I'm doing something, I'm worried about it. Well, doesn't get us anywhere. And again, it has become an impulse and a reflex, and we just do it. It has, and then because it is a tendency or a pattern, we think it's normal and it's natural. It is not. When you are in an emergency situation, a shock situation where you don't have time to worry, you react really well. Because the whole thing is not covered with, oh, what will happen? Because it's already happening. This whole thing about fears and worry before the situation comes, it's no point. Because you can't do anything because the situation is not here yet. You can only really do something in the situation. So the fears before the situation are useless. It just blocks your happiness. And this is, I became aware of that when a dying person was asked, what is it that you regret in life? And she said, I regret having had so many fears for difficult situations before they were here. Because when the situation comes, then you can act. And before the situation, you can only worry. And worry really eats you up. But it keeps us busy. And we like to be busy. Why do we like to be busy? Because when we're not busy, you might see so many things that would actually help you, but you don't want to see them, because when you see them, you feel really stupid. See, when the mind is very calm, and the mind has this aspect of wisdom, love and compassion, it is there. And when we allow it just to be there, and very calm, without an I behind it, without a me, all of a sudden we start that this me that I was clinging on to, and I was holding on to so much, it has no function. It's just a thought. And I've been following this I or this me as a Buddhist, also others, even you're not Buddhist. Being a Buddhist would say, even if you don't believe in rebirth, you're still reborn. Even you don't believe that this thing that you're going to drink is poison, it will still kill you. So I'm just talking like Buddhist now, okay? So we have been, our mind has been existing since beginningless times. We've had like numberless rebirths. And we've always been going with that thought that there is a separate me or a separate I. And all my reactions came out of there, and this is why I'm suffering. And I'm trying to satisfy somebody or something that doesn't even exist. And Ripa Tulku, I don't know how many you were there, Riva Tulku, he said, awakening, enlightenment, is something you just go, aha, and that's it. No, it's not like, wow, now my finally enlightenment, my suffering is finished. Because there's no more I behind it who gets totally excited about the whole thing. Is it what we think enlightenment is? It's not something very far away, very high and very esoteric and exotic, I don't know what. It is becoming normal. Normal meaning, I'm not the only one on this planet. There's other people, and they also have a right to be happy. Normal knowing karma when I get hurt, because I created the causes. Normal by somehow understanding, if I put a match to the paper and then the house starts to burn down, I created the cause. I didn't have to put the match here. I'm not blaming somebody else. Why did they build a house that is not fireproof? This is what we're doing. We're always blaming other people. You know, I mean, now, when there's natural disasters of earthquakes and forest fires and stuff, the government gets blamed that they're not doing anything about this. I mean, it's like, who is doing the fires? Who is making the earthquakes? In Buddhist terms, you would think we have created the cause for this to happen. Yeah, so we take responsibility. That would be normal. And then not go and dig in the past, kind of, who started this problem? That's what we also do. Yeah? Who made the mistake? We spend so much time in businesses and where you work, when there's a mistake, trying to go into all the emails. Yeah? Who started it? Who made the mistake? It's not important. Yeah? Normal would be, okay, mistake was made, what do we do now? Because then again, you're not lost in these thoughts and constructs where you can't do anything. You need to do something about this now, not to go and blame the other person. But because we don't like to be the one who made the mistake, that's why we go and dig, so that we can put the blame on somebody else. How about we just say, yes, I'm also involved in this. Let's see what we can do now. Or even, that's a big step. Even just say, in order to calm the whole situation down, I made the mistake, even if it wasn't you. Oh, that would be lying, wouldn't it? And I never lie. I can't do this. This is what Buddhism teaches you. When you're very far advanced, in a situation like this, you take the blame. And if you don't understand what this really means, again, it breaks you, you kind of burn out, you're so full of self-pity or arrogance. Look at me, I took the blame. Yeah. And then all these wonderful methods that are there to decrease our ego, you use them to increase it. So this is why also when you start to fiddle around with your mind with the Buddhist methods, you really have to understand which medicine is for which problem. And this you learn listening to teachings, reading books, discussing it with others, because otherwise we think, I have understood it the right way, and then somebody comes and says, oh no, it's not like this. And then we need to listen, and that also needs a lot of being humble, listening to other people's advice. We're very compassionate giving advice, isn't it? But we're not very open to receive advice, because we feel stupid when somebody knows better than I do. Is it like this or not? Is it easier to give advice or is it easier to receive advice? For you yourself as a person, what is more helpful? To give advice or to receive advice?
Give it, of course.
To give it, of course, because it makes you feel good and intelligent. But if you look, it's the other way around, isn't it? To be normal means we understand receiving advice, I think, is more beneficial than to give it. But giving advice, it feels much better. Yeah? So, like that. So we say, don't worry. Please put a note on your mirror in the morning when you look full of wrinkles, my age now, more fat, it just keeps increasing. When you're old, dear, you get fat. Most of the people, not everybody. And then I look at those who don't have it and I think, why don't they have it? That doesn't make me feel good. When I look at others who also have it makes me feel much better. It's so stupid again. But that's how it is. I love the people who come and tell me, look, at your age, don't even try. It's not going to go away. This is what I really like, because then I can just let it be. Yeah. But it can, this whole thing, these ideals of body, I mean, it's crazy. Yeah? It's so crazy, it can totally spoil your life. And then what do these people do on top of it? Every mirror that appears, they look at themselves. Isn't it? Yeah? Stop looking in mirrors. Stop following that pattern. Or go to India. Because in India, I don't know how it is now, but when I was in India, still almost 30 years ago, some of my friends who came to visit, they were staying in 5-star hotels or in hotels where they had full-length mirror. Otherwise in India, people don't have full-length mirrors. Yeah? Only in these hotels. And the mirror somehow gives a reflection of you that you're much slimmer than you are. Have you noticed it? So you know that that this is just a reflection, but you still like it. But you're not going crazy about it because you know it's just a reflection. So this is what we try to learn, this whole thing about reflection. What I see, what I perceive, is not what exists. It is just a reflection. I can react to the reflection, that is okay. But I react to the reflection knowing it's just a reflection. So I can be happy about being slimmer in that mirror, because then I still actually okay. But still, even if you're okay, you think you should be slimmer, isn't it? Especially as a woman, I don't know how it is with guys. So you can still react to the reflection, okay? But you react in a different way, don't take it so seriously. Okay? So the gaps that we have to understand the nature of our mind, because this is why we practice. We're not practicing in order to have the skills to adjust the world out there and to adjust everybody out there so I can be happy. Because I don't know how many of you have been to solitary retreats in caves up in the mountains where no other people are around. How many of you have done that? Unfortunately, nobody. Me neither. Because there you would see, even nobody is around to upset you. There's no noise, there's only the sounds of nature. You can get upset about the birds who disturb your meditation. Meditators have told me who meditate in those situations, they went to the stream to change the stones because the streams make too much noise when it hits against the stones. And there we can see we have the ability to make ourselves upset, even when nobody is around. But I'm sure you have done, I think you have done maybe a 10-day retreat. Yeah, I mean, if you're nodding, so that's good. You remember that you have moments on your cushion, you go like, oh, this is wonderful. I want to do this for the rest of my life. And you're convinced that you're going to do that for the rest of your life. You're totally convinced, Maybe a few sessions later, this is what am I doing here? Why did I sign up for this? This is too difficult. It's only pain. Nothing is transforming. Nothing is changing. I have a lot of anger. There's all these mosquitoes. It's hot. It's the same cushion. It's the same space. It's the same people next to you. It's the same mosquitoes. And you go, wow, this is great. The mosquitoes don't disturb you. You try to put some repellent so that you're protected, or in Asia they have these kind of one-man nets, like it's like a tent but it's transparent. You just put it up, you hear the mosquitoes, and you're not disturbed by them. because you know they're not going to harm you. So the mosquito net that we should have with us is like a mind that doesn't react in creating more mosquitoes. Sometimes I give examples that for me mean something. It's the first time I'm using this example. Do you see what I mean? Because mosquitoes we have, negative karmic imprints we have. They are there. Yeah? But what we can do is that we can do purification. So that the ones who didn't sting us yet, who are still dormant, we can kill them, make them ineffective. We don't kill like real mosquitoes, but we kill the potentials for having mosquito bites by killing our, it's a nasty word, killing, isn't it? But killing is pretty radical. So since it's not matter, and nobody dies there, and killing is radical, so we can kill these seeds or these imprints or these potentials, and without killing ourselves, of course, because we are not these things. We can use eliminate, we can use other words if you want. But anyway, and what we can definitely do with our patterns or tendencies to react to certain situations, we can train and learn not to create more mosquitoes, more enemies, more difficult situations. Yeah? So the mosquito net would be your awareness, your wisdom, your love, your compassion. Yeah? This we can do. Otherwise, you can kill all the outside mosquitoes, you'll not get rid of them. Yeah? I mean, when I started being a Buddhist, I stopped killing mosquitoes, which is very difficult at the beginning. It's very difficult. Yeah? Because mosquitoes are insignificant. That's the world view, isn't it? They have no right to live. If I would kill a cat here, people would be shocked. If there's a mosquito and I go cat, nobody's shocked. They even ask them to get it. And are happy if I say, yeah, look, it's here. This is how perverse we are. We decide this animal is allowed to live and this animal is not allowed to live. So what does it depend on? The size? Scorpion is pretty big. Bigger than a mosquito. Yeah, it's harming me. Oh, I think many more people kind of are harmed by cars and scooters, these electric scooters, in town than by mosquitoes and by scorpions. We're not killing the people who go with these scooters or are driving a car, are we? Yeah? So you see how full of contradictions we are. So actually one learns, even the smallest animal, if there is no real need to kill it, you don't kill it. Yeah? So I started using mosquito repellent, and I don't have more or less mosquito bites. I still have some, but it's just mosquito bites. There's no need to kill. But it's a reflex, and we think it's okay. Anything that is annoying, we kill. Okay. Where's my schedule? We have to talk about forgiveness this morning, isn't it? Okay, we still have half an hour, 35 minutes. Because forgiving is really easy, so we don't need to talk about it so much. Isn't it? Okay, we need to see the word first. I don't know the Hebrew word for forgiving, the English word for giving, the German word vergeben, the French word pardonner, has no meaning much. Yeah, it has also, it has the word donner. Okay, then other words, maybe Hebrew word for forgiving. Does it also have the word giving in it? No. So if you take it apart,
it's not there.
It's a word without meaning, without, deeper meaning.
There are some explanations that forgiveness
Okay.
is the opposite of disease.
So of course I can understand that. So can we have like this, stafette? Somebody who understood who is a bit more in the front repeats, then you go here and you repeat, and then I also understand. Who understood what the lady said? Can you repeat? No.
Down there, I said that there is a nice exchange in the letters that make, if you're not forgiven, actually it's a disease. Because it's the same word, the same letters.
Okay, I still didn't understand. Can somebody help me? It's not that I understood the meaning. Okay, so somebody in the front understood?
Yeah, if you change the order of the letters, one says disease or illness and one says forgiveness.
So one is?
Mechila is forgiveness and disease or illness is machala. So it's the same letter.
So if you don't forgive, you get sick, you mean? Is that what? Yeah, it's true. It's very true. But when we look at the word forgiving, so there seems to be a gift, there seems to be giving something. But who gets the gift, really? Is it the other person or is it you? So if we don't take it apart, we think we're so noble and we're so high. So we're giving the gift of forgiveness to the other person. It's not true. Because if the other person does not forgive him or herself, they cannot receive the gift. But the one, when you forgive, who definitely receives the gift is you. Because you can continue with your life in a more normal way. And it takes time. And sometimes time does the job. Because, when I come here and I talk to many people come to talk to me. So I'm not talking to them, I'm just listening most of the time because I can't solve people's problems. Can you imagine if I could? How famous I would be, how rich I would be. Oh. So I can't, but I can listen to you. And then that already is a good thing. And sometimes maybe I can say something. So there's people who come like every year, okay? Not just with problems, but also because we like to eat and all this. So when I see them a year after, and I haven't seen them in between, and so I ask them, the problem from last year, usually they go, it's okay. But a year ago, it was such a big thing. So the best way actually to make go of one problem is when you get yourself a bigger one. That's the quickest way. That problem is solved. If you have questions, please write it down. Then that problem is solved. Okay? But we don't want that. We want to, the problem with other people. So we have to really look what is forgiveness and what it is not. And in order, because he encourages you to forgive, the ego, wow, it doesn't want to forgive because when you have been harmed, you become special. You have something to talk about. If somebody asks you, how are you? And you say, I'm well, that's it, conversation finished. You become such a boring person. But you're free and you're relaxed because you're well. And then the other person goes, blah, 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 this is happening to me, da, 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 da. What do we do? Very quickly. After having said I'm well, the person tells us what's going on with them and it's not so great. What do we do? Very quickly.
We compare ourselves and we're like, I also have a problem.
We come with our own problems. Why? If at the beginning of the conversation you were sure that you were well, why bringing up all these things now? Because the ego can't bear to be insignificant and being well compared to this other person who is so special and so important because they have these problems. And this is an ego place, an ego game. So before you kind of go, imagine what happened to me, and you don't even listen anymore to the other person. Yeah? Because, you see, this is a kind of wrong kind of compassion. Because when we see the suffering of somebody else, why does it hurt? Because we have a body and we have a mind that we understand. And we know how it feels to be in such a situation. But then we bring it down, we go again,